All right, let's do this. Hey guys, it's Sunday night, and the San Francisco Shock just reverse swept the New York Excelsior after losing two dominant maps. And I want to kind of skim through this pretty quickly because I was only half watching. I watched the first map. I don't see anything out of the ordinary there, other than just like, I don't know. Shock didn't play terribly well. I didn't feel like there was that much to say about the first control map. I thought the Farah comp, they ran the Chengdu comp. Do I want to look at that? All right, we'll go back and look at Nepal. Cuz I guess I really didn't pay attention to the first map. But I'm going to try and speed through this cuz this is a 5-mapper and I don't want to make 3-hour content. Okay, so Jinbin's in first. And they're running this dive with Kiriko Ana. This is like pro-am dive. Like nobody runs Kiriko Ana dive anymore. That's been dead for like a month and a half. You kind of just run Finn on that so he doesn't die. And I mean, I guess in theory the Shock have been having backline problems with like keeping them alive, but I don't think it's because they're bad. I think it's because they're not coordinated and they're not like clean on how to do these. They're not specific. They're not specific in how they want to take engagements, and they're not specific in the way that they are defending dives. But NYXL isn't even running a dive. They're running fucking Rush. And Jinbin immediately recognizes the problem. I mean, this is just a comp differential. I don't like dive on this particular submap. I really do not. I just don't. I get it, and there's lots of good dive angle setups, but if you're not in the mirror, I think you need to swap to like Ramatra or something. I think you're just going to heavily struggle against what NYXL are running. Shockwave just didn't leave? That's kind of unfortunate. That's kind of a troll from Shockwave. Fitz isn't in. Oh, why is Fitz not in? I just noticed Fitz wasn't in. No. Don't bench Fitz. I really hate it when they bench Fitz. We are going to talk about the Fitz support when we get there. Don't worry. Yeah, so, I mean, even without Shockwave... without Shockwave, this gets scrappy as hell. Finn's doing a lot here. No DPS means they're going to turtle. Jesus, no lep. Big Bionade. Good Ana from Vindime. Like, that's actually the thing. Vindime only looked like... I only thought Vindime looked bad on Soul on Zen last year. Which Zen isn't always meta because he's so fragile. And if you're playing Zen, you're almost always going to play Brig. Although Ana Zen did have a resurgence during Pro-Am. I haven't seen it. I thought Ball Ana Zen was going to be a thing. They don't even flip the point off of this. I mean, Kellan has to get out. They just lost this fight. They lost this fight because Shockwave was overextended. That's all that happened there. There's nothing to analyze about that first one. Shockwave just fucked up.
New York Excelsior, they all went to the point to capture it, and that was the San Francisco Shock's.
Finn is playing so aggressively, but he can get away with it because they're playing Rush. They're playing Rush, and they're not playing Hanzo or Tracer. He's unpunishable. Because if they try and go and run him down using the speed boost, he'll just teleport out, and then they're out of a speed boost. So they just have to ignore him. Like, he's just annoying. Unless he hits creative or lep with a headshot. Or even Symmetra. Okay. If you are going to play dive on this map, these are the staging corners you have to play from. Like, this is exactly where you want to be. Vindame is in exactly the right position. I think Heesang's over here too, and Jinbin's over here. That's really good because now you control two major angles. I actually really do kind of, now that I'm thinking about it, really like this from Finn. If they try and rotate point with their squishies, that's Bionade, Kunai, and dive, and then arrows to pressure from any kind of flanking. Like, this is actually... They understand what they're doing. Like, there is a plan here. Where the fuck is Proper, though? Like, Proper could be staging a dive here. But where the fuck is he? Okay, so Proper was on Mega. Proper was on, like, Mega over here. Another trap just in case they tried to rush down this backline. Proper would just come in behind. He doesn't have the stick, but he'd get it pretty quickly. New York are pretty smart with this. They'll just send the Reinhardt to point. You can't dive the Reinhardt. What do you... They're going to try it, though. It is imperative that Kellan block the anti-nade. If he doesn't, he's dead. This is a good window. How far up is... Yeah, okay, he postures pretty far up to pressure Finn out. Someone has to pressure Finn out. Yeah, Finn cannot be allowed to stay here just in the open, getting possible kunai picks. Shockwave is here. I don't love Shockwave's positioning, but this is also like... That's a good catch onto Proper, though. I don't love Shockwave's positioning. Where's this TP? I was about to say he needs a TP over to point or TP onto the back line. That was... Okay, so that's what he did. Great. That's... He was a little slower than I would have liked, but that is exactly what I wanted to see from him. I kind of wanted him to go with the Reinhardt more, but this is actually a really good play. This is a great wall to deny return support. Seiko gets slept for it and dies because he... Super... Like, he went in. Good dragons from Hisang to punish that. But Proper and Jinbin are down. They lose this fight. Reinhardt can just walk on them. He has to be careful, though. Yeah.
I'm sure. Anyway, Excelsior doing a capping regardless. And now they can play close.
So, because they won that, Kellan wants to be up over here. He can't hold here because... Oh, wait, they don't have a Lucio. No, he could hold here. He wouldn't get too punished for it, but he doesn't want to get flanked from each side. He does want to prevent Junbin from staging here to dive on the point, so he has to be close enough to pressure him out. The only thing he has to watch out for is being surrounded, which is why Shockwave and Creative are here. Shockwave is going to help try and peel for Creative as long as they keep Kellan up here. Seiko is coming back from spawn, and I bet Lep's escorting him. Okay, yeah, Lep's back, so Seiko's got to be back. Oh, no, so Seiko's just holding up, or Lep's just holding up here, because Seiko's still back in spawn. So Lep is this added layer of dive denial, and if they try and come for him too closely, he'll drop and push them into the pit, or he'll just boop Jinbin back into this corner, where Kellan can just continue to swing on him. Kellan, again, has to be extremely cautious that Vindime doesn't anti-nade him. Like that. It's not as bad as when he was on the point. He's not as, like, isolated as he was there, but he's going to give up a ton of space for this.
A lot of this, you know, these
because, like, look at where Hisang is. Hisang had this proper angler. Proper angle? Where is proper? Here. Okay. Yeah, Hisang had this good angle here where, like, if Kellan tried to continue holding forward, Hisang would just mow him down under the anti-nade's presence. So he's going to back off, and now Shock have their staging grounds to do their dive.
careful. Needs to play better around this.
This looks juicy for Kellan, though. Is he going to shatter this? Oh, it's a TP. Oh, shit. Hold up.
This, you know, these team fights so far, he has to be
so Shockwave,
careful.
recognizing that the Hanzo is kind of isolated over here,
This Kellan,
calls the TP play, and they all go in on him. That's really good usage of the Symmetra. And Hisang's just dead. Really good play. That is a really good reaction to the nade and backing off. That's really active from NY Excelsior. Big sleep. It's still over, though. They throw the nano. The shatter just to confirm. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. He'll die for it because, again, the nade. The nade is so powerful in this comp, right? Beats invested. I guess that's fine. Junbin gets Shockwave before that happens. Blizzard's still online. Is he going to use it, or is... Nah, I don't think he... Okay, Kellan's given up on the Reinhardt. If Kellan wants to play Ramatra, I think that's fine, but I don't think they're having a problem dealing with Junbin. I don't. I think they're doing exactly what they think they need to do. Maybe he just... I mean, he wouldn't get back faster. They don't even lose the point. They don't even lose the point for that. They lost Kellan, and Shockwave traded for Vindime and Hisang, right? That's it. Yeah. Oh, no, they got Finn too. Okay, never mind. I missed. Oh, that's right. Seiko got Finn. So they're minus backline. Hisang's coming in late. They weren't able. They get Kellan, but there's a like not anti-synergy here. Maybe a little bit of anti-synergy. Like proper. Oh my God, creative lives that? No fucking way. Proper either got forced out or went to go cap point. I don't know which. All right, his recall's out. So Proper got forced to recall. He's back on. They're not even on point. What? They didn't even try. They didn't even try for point. Now it's contested, but Seiko's still there. Because I don't think Seiko died in that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Seiko did die and I missed it. Maybe he just got back, but like... Oh, that's so bad. That's so bad that they didn't cap. I mean, yes, you're down 2.5. But all they had, like, Shockwave was out, Kellan was out. Lep and Creative were bullied off the point, and I don't know where Seiko was, but you could have tried to sneak this out. I don't know. That's a minor error, but I mean, they lost their backline. There's only so much they can do since they're running dive. But the Primal not getting anything and Proper not being able to collapse with the Primal, unlucky. Okay. They're going for a quick reset. Maybe they think they can... I mean, maybe they think they can beat Shockwave back? I doubt it. Shockwave gets antied. Good lamp, though. He's still dead. He's not dead. Holy shit, great lamp from Creative. Sticks out. Doesn't connect. Lep is zoning Proper pretty well. Another window, another great window by Creative. They have to push into this, and now they're doing it very short-handed because they burned everything. I don't think that, like, there's no way for Shock to win this. Proper's forced to recall before he even gets close to touching. Kellan gets Hisang, that's it. Proper's just completely zoned out. I guess the Ramatra has some really good anti-Winston properties, like that. The way Grasp just prevents a dive. I don't agree with that statement in its entirety. I do think they fell apart at the end. I think their plans were good and they'd set up properly, but they kind of just turbo trolled that. They went in too hard on an engagement where they already lost Hisang and then like Finn was like easily collapsed upon, and then they committed big ultimates to it. Like I think just bad decision making. They're playing very cleanly. Because, like, I want to look at this fight, right? If we go back to that... I said I wasn't going to take too long. I'm sorry I lied to you. But, like, I want to go back to this fight where... Because this fight's been going on since 60%. So this fight started here at 42%. This fight was one fight for 60 fucking %. Because here's the nade. Kellan's going to back off. They're gonna teleport onto Hisang and delete him. They teleport onto Hisang and he's dead. Charge in. Kellan gets slept. Gets decent pocket. Finn dies here though. Seiko just takes him out. Did Vindime commit the nano there right before Finn got taken out? Yeah, okay, so, I mean, that's not, like, his fault, per se. He commits on a Junebin, but they call counter dive on that, and Finn just dies. They get beat out here, but it just doesn't matter. The Shatter's there, and now it's they're 3 up. Or 2 up. Yeah, you get Shockwave on the Goomba Stomp, but now what? Kellan's naded. They trade it. But Hisung's not back. Like, I don't know. I think this is a bad Primal from Junbin.
Still has the shatter.
I don't...
Doesn't even really need to use it, I feel like.
This is a really questionable Primal. This is where I think it goes wrong, and then I think their comms degraded after that. Because then the rest of this fight, they never win, right? Proper doesn't die, but it doesn't matter, right? Because Proper and Junbin just aren't doing the same thing. And the supports get them out. I'm just ridiculous. And then they don't put any pressure on capping the point because they've invested this and they feel like they need to go in, but Proper peels back and they don't. Oh man. And this fight just continues going on. It has been 30% since this fight started. This is the same team fight. Shockwave invests the wall and they just cluster on point, and now they have to back out, but they've burned the Nano and the Primal.
They put the wall up, and this is final fight for Excelsior now.
Junbin not finding that kill on the Baptiste means that they can just re-engage for the Excelsior. Now
Like, I mean, they needed to kill Creative. And Proper, like, these two did not agree. Proper either needed to follow Junbin and confirm the kill, which they didn't do, but he was forced to recall, so he just ended up staying on point. Lep forced him to recall. And I mean, it doesn't. I don't think it even changes if Proper hits that stick onto Shockwave. I don't think it changes. He just is completely zoned out. He never gets a chance to come back in. The supports are just ready for him. Holy. Yeah. Okay. Show me the Chengdu comp. If you want to, like, you can say Shocker, like, uncoordinated, and part of that is true. The plans are there. They're not just wilding. They have set plans, but whoever they're scrimming, it's not benefiting them. Or they're just, like, these guys, like Junbin, Hisung, they're not keeping their cool, and they're making weird decisions. Like, they're cracking under pressure. Maybe. That's the best I can say, because, like, I don't understand why he popped Primal there. But then they didn't do the thing. Okay. So this is the Chengdu comp, or it's going to be when Hisung goes over to Tracer. This is the Chengdu comp. This is great on this map. Honestly, this is just great on this map, and Proper does a lot with this, if I remember this correctly. Or maybe I'm thinking of the Houston game. Okay, so this is an excellent read from Shock because they know NYXL are going to run this fucking Reinhardt again, and this map, while great for Reinhardt, is better for this comp. It's just better for this comp. Particularly the Pharah. The skybox is infinite, and because Shockwave is running this Symmetra and they're running Mei, there's not a lot of tools to deal with Proper, and so he's just gonna get in there. Oh, Hisung. Okay, this is even more the Chengdu comp. Hisung didn't go Tracer. He went Sombra. So this is even more obnoxious. This is even more obnoxious. This is the full Chengdu comp. This is what, like, Leave would go Sombra, and Jinmu would go Pharah. This shit is gnarly. APAC, this comp is the reason APAC doesn't run Reinhardt. Or didn't for years. Yeah, that's thread the needle there. And now you have even less tools to deal with the Pharah. It's really just creative. And he's holding so close. Like, Proper is holding so close. He's dancing with a knife's edge, but he trusts his pocket. If you don't know, the Ana is there as a support. The Nano goes on here, so Barrage goes out and they don't die. Hisung hacks packs to help Junbin, since these two are going to be focusing mostly on helping Proper, and these two become very self-sustainable. And then if anyone presents themselves to try and target Finn or Vindime, they get hacked and rolled on. It's a great comp. It's really a great comp, and particularly against Rush, that is hard to shield the Pharah. Does Kellan swap to Ram here? NYXL still capped, though. No fucking shot. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a goddamn minute here. So, they get onto point. A wall buys them some space. It's a good 6 seconds. Seiko gets hacked and fucking deleted. Just done. Just toasted. Ice Block is forced here, and he comes out and then just gets double directed. And he's gone. No Mei. But Reinhardt's still there, and they don't have the tools to directly engage Reinhardt with this comp. Hisung, I think, probably took too much damage and had to translocate out. And they give up first tick, or first cap. Despite winning every element of this team fight, they just win. They just win this outright. Like, they play it very safe, but they give up the cap. Okay. Fine, I guess. They're probably going to regret that later. Hisung's getting forced out really early. They still haven't capped. They haven't lost a player. They just still haven't capped. They get a barrage, and now they cap at 30-some%. That's kind of a misplay with this comp. You needed whatever. That's somewhere between Junbin and Hisung. Hisung was getting forced out really early there. Okay, they're gonna play aggressive because as long as Shockwave runs this Symmetra, they have no tools to deal with Proper. Proper is just gonna like farm them. So they're just trying to ignore him. Creative has gone off the Baptiste onto the Kiriko. This comp sucks so much more. This comp sucks so much more with the Kiriko instead of the Baptiste. I don't know what this is. He gets hacked. They use the Sim TP to shoot through. Shockwave throws down the wall so they can just walk past. They're going to walk onto the point. They're going to bunker down there. Seiko's going to throw wall, or he's going to try to, if not for the massive 5-man EMP. And then nobody has decided the target to collapse on. Oh, no, 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 no. How? You hit a 5-man EMP with everybody there, and Seiko has walled off your Wrecking Ball. That is a timing coordination issue between Junbin and Hisung. He might have just seen it and called the audible, but Junbin was not in position, and he gets walled off by Seiko. So no Wrecking Ball presence. This also throws Finn out of possibility of following up, so he didn't get the nade in beforehand. And then Hisung and Proper can't agree on targets. Proper looks back at Kellan. That's a bit of a judgment error. It's so small, but like Proper is one of the best players in the world, so I feel like Seiko needed to be hit there. Junbin gets back in pretty quickly, but at this point, Lep has had enough time to get past the lockout, as does Seiko, who goes into the block, and now all of them get the beat. It's a 5-man beat to counter a 5-man EMP. Junbin has thrown mines on the point, but it's like kind of too late. And NYXL gets the flip. Oh no. Okay, and Proper gets Shockwave. They're still winning this fight. They're still winning. Oh, they lose Finn. Okay, but Proper's almost got another barrage online because he's nanoed. Maybe not the best time. Lep dies for it. You're still up 4-1. You've rezzed Finn. Kellan's hacked again. But there's so much point. You've won every team fight. One person has died and they've been rezzed, and this is just like, they're winning the team fights, but they're losing the map. Cap! Oh! 70%. They have won every team fight, and they are losing this map. Proper has another barrage. It was a good win condition last time. This comp is still terrible. Okay, they try and TP on the point, but it gets cut off. Kellan just gets deleted. They're still on the point, though. Nade onto Shockwave. So no Shatter. But Shockwave got in instead of turrets, so Finn might die. Finn just gets absolutely mowed down. That was a little too dummy aggressive from him. I think that was Finn that came onto point, right? That's Junbin. who took all of that. Where is Finn? Oh, Finn's back here. I thought Finn was here. So Junbin's taking the car wash. Finn's back over there. What happens to Finn? Oh, Creative and Lucio. So he's just getting double backlined here. When they got in there, they went into the small room, and Finn went in there and just, ate it. And they get the flip again. And again, you've only lost Finn. Like, for clarity here, San Francisco Shock have had 2 deaths this whole map. Both of them have been Finn. One of them was revived. And they are just utterly losing in every conceivable way. This is just like they don't know who controls point in this comp. You have to play Sombra a little bit like Tracer in that regard, and Heesong is just getting hard focused and forced out because Junbin isn't there. I haven't seen enough pack hacks to know if Heesong has done this properly. And this is something I think people don't understand about Chengdu of 2021 and 2022, mostly 2021, is that Jinmu was not the best Sombra in the world, but he was a top 5 Sombra in the world. Like he was never going to be better than Lip or Fitz or Doha. But Jinmu was the king of pack hacking. Jinmu hacked every pack on every map in the perfect rotation so that Gaga always was topped up. And Leave could go there to get topped up when Leave would go Tracer. Like, and so understanding that, and Leave was not the better Sombra per se. Like, Leave would do it too. And Leave could play Tracer, so Leave would go back over to Tracer if they wanted it. The only player on Shock who has died this whole map has been Finn. This whole submap, Finn is the only one that died. I don't know if having the Symmetro is just a good read by NYXL, knowing what Shock we're going to run, but Finn just gets rolled on again. Did they even touch? I don't even know what to say to that. Shock had 3 deaths that submap. All of them were Finn. They just got fucking outplayed by New York Excelsior.
No touch either. The San Francisco Shock go down on map number 1. And that is the
I mean, that's fucking atrocious. How does that happen? I just don't understand that. None of them knew who touched point. And I don't mean like for that final touch. Like it's pretty obvious what happened on the final touch, but like most of the map, they didn't know how to control point with this comp. This was like desperate. This was just desperate. Holy shit, dude.
But like with Max and Scott going on to Kings, what do we really expect
okay.
From Shock to
Kings Row. I think they play Echo on this map. Come on, internet. What is going on? Okay, sorry, my internet died there. We're back in. Shocker running Echo Genji, Winston, with Kiriko Lucio. If you see this backline, it means you are trying to not die. That's what this backline means. We saw it with ball comps and Pro-Am. We saw it with Winston comps and Pro-Am that had Tracer Sombra or Sombra Reaper. Propers on Genji? I don't get it. I don't get Heesong on Echo. Are you reading an Ana Brig defense? I don't get it. I thought NYXL were pretty clear what they were going to run here, which is this fucking weird ass comp that I still don't like, because this comp is just the only difference between this and what Florida run is Hanzo over Ashe and Ana over Baptiste. I get why this adjustment was made, right? It has all of the same strengths as that weird Florida comp where like Shockwave can be on his own. Hanzo's a little bit more survivable than Ashe in some regards, and Nano helps Kellan a ton. But man, I don't love this comp. I think it's exploitable. I think you can, if you catch Shockwave out, it's a problem. Shockwave's going to posture up here. Fitz is here. Where are creatives down here? Yeah, creatives down here. And then I don't know where Seiko is. Probably up, I'd say up here, but I know that Shock just cleared this zone. Findime backline over here. He sung in the sky. Proper here. About to climb up on low ground. Oh, this is Seiko. Where is Creative? Creative has to be in the background somewhere over here. Yeah, okay. Creative might be back over here somewhere. That would also explain why Max shot. Oh yeah, Max is in. That's new. Fitz is in on support. I should bring that up. Ah, man. So yesterday I saw Fitz on support and figured they were scrimming because it was Vegas. Now I see Fitz, and they committed it to it in this map too. The only thing that makes sense is that they have decided that they need to play double flex, but that second flex needs to be able to play Brig. And in whatever arrangement of trials they've done, this reads like neither Creative, Halo, or Anayun could do both. Or Lep. They're saying that none of their 4 supports can run both Ana and Brig. I have a hard time believing that. Halo, I've seen her Ana. I don't think it's one of her better heroes. She's not bad on it, but I don't think it's like pop off. I think her Brig is fine. Lep, I think his Brig is fine. I don't know what his Ana looks like. Anayun, I've never seen her Ana. I've only seen her Kiriko and Zen, both of which I think are pretty good. Creative might be better than her on Kiriko, which is why Creative's in. But if you're going to hard commit to the Kiriko no matter what, I feel like what you want to do here is put Anayun in on Kiriko and have Creative start Ana and swap to Brig if you need it. The reason you wouldn't do that is because you don't like Anayun's Ana. But there's no shot she can't play Ana. There's no shot. There's no shot. I mean, Creative... This statement is that, like, this is your best support and you want them on the flexi carries. But this is why I don't like this either, because, like, why aren't you running BAP? Creative has a great BAP. I don't know. This is so confusing to me on so many levels. And there's some things later that I saw in passing that make me question if, like, again, switching roles, there's a lot of things you just subconsciously know playing that role. And Fitz is the best player on this team. I think that's true. I've said it a million times. I've said don't bench Fitz. He's basically like your prophet of this team. Don't bench him, but not like this. It works out for them on King's Row, but we'll talk more about this later. I just don't like this. Anyway, so we have our little funky fresh 2-man hit squad of Proper and Vindime going in here. Yep, there is Creative. Creative was down here with Seiko. They're going to get forced out by the Genji Lucio. Or at the very least, completely occupied. Yeah, look, Creative is already up here with Shockwave. That is a good little positioning trick. I like that, because Seiko can get out on their own, but Creative has a very easy out. Seiko barely makes it out, though, because it's Proper. Proper goes in a big flank to try and get onto Shockwave. This dive is a little early from Max, but he gets slept anyway. And as you can see, Vindime has also made it up here. So this is actually like pretty decently coordinated from the 3 of them, just not perfectly coordinated. The biggest problem is Hisong needs to get out on this, and Creative just domes Finn. Creative must have just stepped back here. I wonder where Creative was in this fight.
Get ahead of ourselves. Proper on the fly.
Okay. Ram's here. Who's back here in Narnia? Is this Seiko now? Seiko might be over here. I can't tell. I'll never be able to tell with just the YouTube. Anyway, yeah, okay, so that's a swift step. Boom. Proper is now in pretty big trouble here. Big Bionade onto him and Max. Heesung does get fits. Heesung did manage to fly in through the window. That's pretty good. Can they follow up on this? Yes, okay. Woo! This is like the high damage Genji double comps that we've seen, like Ashe Genji, Echo Genji, like in certain situations, like when they're all piled into that room. Great. Good read from Shockwave. The Echo kind of not negates the Hanzo, but you want a little more pressure. Heesung cannot be allowed to run rampant. If Heesung runs rampant, you're just dead.
It's a very strong hero because you can dive into these windows where a lot of the support.
NYXL will go for the contest here. So they zone Max. Kellan takes a ton of damage, is forced to pop Nemesis form. Heesung is just waiting for them to move forward, and he's going to blast the backline. Meanwhile, Seiko's positioned up over here to try and push Proper out, so Proper doesn't have the good staging either. I mean, Proper's just safe over here. Okay, he leaves. Seiko's waiting for something. I don't know what he's looking for. Okay, he's still hovering back here. Did they make the call to give up? Oh, absolutely, dude. Shockwave's dusted. They get Vindime, though. So... Oh, but Creative gets Vindime. So this little, like, two-man hit squad that they're running here, where Creative is just, like, popping all over the map. Pretty clever. I think every single one of those lines up hitting. Big sleep. Onto Proper. There's no way they don't take the point. Oh, huge deflect. It's like the big benefit of the sticky bombs is just how much damage they do and how low you can get squishy, and then Proper can clean up.
Very in sync. Even though the Suzus were good and the peel was out there, it was just too much power as soon as those dash resets start coming for the Genji. It's Proper's playground at that point.
They basically all got good spawns too.
And 45 seconds remaining. Pretty quick first point take for the San Francisco Shock.
Is it a good first point take? They're at 4 minutes. That's a 2-minute take.
Where you start to see the value of the Ramatra. Now that you can start holding these
okay.
Being that bodyguard.
They're gonna hold close.
It's like Ramatra is built. He's just built differently, but like he built.
Again, honestly, this is also why I think Fitz is the better Ashe. Shockwave might be better. I mean, Ashe is one of Shockwave's preferred heroes, so on God, I don't think you should ever bench Fitz. You should not bench Fitz. But again, not like this. Don't bench his DPS. Okay. Good staging from the Shock. Right? You've got Heesung and Vindime on cart. But meanwhile, Proper Vindime or Proper Finn and hold on, Finn's on cart, right? Okay. Okay. Here we go. Max has gone in very deep, and they don't punish him for it. And now Proper and Vindime have got into position. This is such an easy staging ground for a dive. They just don't turn and punish him. They're so focused on the foreground. Normally, when a Winston goes in and you don't stop him from going in, you just sort of give up. He was moving into stage, and you kind of just let him. You kind of just let him do that. You really can't. You can't let him do this. Because now Finn's gonna get this massive fucking Kitsune rush. It's a little deep, though. Okay. Stick. Max is forced to Primal because of Seiko's stick. The Nano goes on to Shockwave so he can survive the dive. Fitz is gonna die. Yeah, Fitz is just turbo boned by that. Beat is... Oh, Kellan tried to ult. Kellan tried to ult. What happened to him? Who's burning him? Is it just Kitsune Rush? Yeah, and Vindime throws Beat. So they're going to hold DPS ults because they canceled. They kited one and canceled two, essentially. And this should be cleanup for the Shock. Yeah.
Yeah, he tried to pop that annihilation.
Easy.
Vindame responded in kind with the sound barrier, and it was just
But you do trade sound barrier. So Bob, Kitsune Rush, gonna get a pretty decent amount of value. Like Bob alone, if placed properly, could make Proper's life a living hell if he tries to Blade. And that's kind of one of the things where, like, this is why you kind of want Tracer. You're gonna get more value consistently with the Pulse Bomb versus the Blade, especially when you don't have the Nano Boost. So I feel like it's the read that they're going to try and play Ashe, but I'm not convinced. I'm not sure Genji is, like, the best pick, but, you know what, Shocker making it work, so the fuck do I know? And it's not like Proper's bad at Tracer. Like, come on. Okay. Duplicate onto the Ramatra. I mean, this is just good. Oh, he's not even going to... Wow. Didn't even last 3 seconds. Everyone turned and looked at him. Shockwave through Bob. Oh, wait. Yeah, okay. So Heesung just forced immediately out. Seiko's going to chase this. Yeah, Seiko gets that. I was like, there's no way Seiko lets you get away. Creative gets the final blow. Okay. What happened with the rest of them? Did they really just, like... Did they really just... They backed out on the rush? Okay. I can respect that, I guess. Okay. Oh, okay. They're not giving up all the way. I understand. They baited NYXL into overextending because this is where they got to turtle in here and then choose the engagement on their own front, and then Proper's going to counterblade now that they've burned some of their resources. Unfortunately, Creative did still have Shadow Step, and so Creative is free from the blade. Kellan might be dead, though. And not just Kellan, I think Shockwave is close enough to take some blade to the face. Yep. Yep. Oh, good shot by Creative. Holy. That's necessary. Proper was about to go on a cleaning spree. Proper should swap to Tracer now, I think. Big boosty nade from Fitz. Okay, Heesung's gone to Tracer. And Proper has gone to Sojourn. I like this comp a little bit better now. And most importantly, because they lose Shockwave, NYXL don't want to push too far. They want to hold enough space so they can position Shockwave in a good area, preferably high ground. But because they didn't get the full team wipe, they only got Proper and Heesung. Shock don't back out. And Shock are going to take, yep, this side angle here. Oh, they're going to bait? Oh. Oh, no. And then Heesung's already in back here. Do you see this? They bait this, Heesung goes in, but then immediately start rotating back so that they can do this little pincer. They've got the Kitsune Rush if they need to. Seiko either doesn't know Heesung's back there or has decided it's not important. I don't agree with either of those. And now there's just this enormous collapse on the rush with Heesung and Max. Oh boy. Seiko takes the bell from wherever Creative is. Maybe back here somewhere? I legitimately don't know. This is happening so fast. Seiko dies, right? Yeah, okay. Thank you. Shockwave's gonna get pressured. Creative dies. Really well played from Shock there. Like, that's really good bait. They invest the nano. When did they invest the nano? Oh, I hate that. He's not getting any damage. He just... He got Nemesis for him. Yeah, that's... I don't like that nano. I think that's a bad nano. I don't think that was winnable. Oh, did they troll Shock though? Does it turn into good value? No way. They bait Vindime into beating? No. Oh man. I don't know, like I don't think Fitz did this intentionally. But he hard baited that beat. They nano Kellan, which is usually a sign that the Ramatra ult is coming. And so when Kellan, this is actually kind of giga-brained. Kellan goes into Nemesis form, And because he's nanoed... Oh, he doesn't even go into Nemesis form yet. Oh, no. Did he just, like, int on the backline and make them think he was doing it? Wait, okay, so did Kellan just, like, press W then when he got nanoed? They're all fighting over on the back. They're all fighting him on the cart. Oh. Kellan baited the beat. He made Vindime think he was gonna pop Annihilation, and he gets the beat and just walks out. Max then throws in the Primal. This is undisciplined. Max should have just died here.
Yeah, I don't hate the nano there by Fitz because it gives you a chance, but it was such a slim chance that it doesn't come to fruition.
I agree with Custa.
But it was just too low, and with how much of a
And he wasn't getting the damage. Like, if he had got the damage early enough off that, maybe it could have worked. I don't feel like Kellan knew. It's hard to say without seeing where he was positioned, but... Okay. So they're going to go Ramatra Bap. And now this is the best comp Shock they've run on this map. This is just the best comp they've run so far. The problem they are going to run into, I think, is... There's parts of this area, like, the Lucio gives you the ability to close these engages quickly, and normally it gives you the counter to the Annihilation. Right now you don't have that. You don't. Shockwave can post high ground. You're kind of reliant then on Proper getting some work done. Creative can post high ground. Seiko, that's up to Heesung. I don't know. This comp is perfectly fine. I don't know if it's the play against this fucking noxious comp.
We've talked about how strong Ash is on
Yeah,
this
Jesus.
point.
Yeah, Proper's... Remember how I said yesterday that Dove knew how to control that room and get past lethal? Seiko correctly identifies that he cannot stop Proper in that room. I think the duel starts like back over here. Yeah, look at this. They get forced out so quickly. Bell's burned and Seiko just absolutely bugs out instantaneously because it's not just Proper, it's Proper and Vindime, and I think Finn too is back in here. And they just, like, again, this room is so important. This room is so important, not just because of the mega, but it lets you stage in other places. So now Heesung has the room. This isn't Proper, this is Heesung. This confuses me sometimes that Heesung is the one playing the Tracer. I didn't really follow him in T2, so I don't know him too well. And this is one of those things where I think you start to wonder, depending on how this goes, well, I'll hold that thought until I see it. Proper gets Shockwave. That's pretty important. That was the shot you needed to hit. Alright, Heesung's getting checked by Seiko, but he's already in position, so Seiko's at a huge disadvantage and has his recall forced early. But the Kitsune Rush is down on the point. That's a really nice ult. Enormous... So Fitz sleeps Finn, nades Vindime. Where the hell is Fitz? Is Fitz like back? Fitz is creative. Seiko, Kellan. Centerpiece here. Shockwave is dead. This is Fitz. Fitz sleeps Finn up here, nades Vindime. While this rush is going on, Max has no support.
There's the Kitsune Rush. Kellan,
Kitsune Rush is here. Finn is woken up. They burn the lamp. Max is still in deep trouble. Kellan invests this. This is actually, this feels like, it feels like an overinvestment, but the fact is no one on Shock is dead, and Shockwave hasn't come back yet. So this is actually a pretty good annihilation. But he can't get a line of sight. He's getting kind of like trolled by the geography, and he can't pressure up too far forward because they are all here, and Proper does have ultimate. Seiko slips a stick onto Max, and Creative just domes Finn. Was Finn on high ground? Was Finn still up there, or did he drop? No, Finn dropped to low ground, so Creative takes advantage of that and just snipe. 1-2s him. Big stick. Shockwave hits a really good headshot. The Pulse Bomb is good. Like, Max has Nemesis. Where is Shockwave? Shockwave must be sneaking around from the left and just boop! Clears Heesung. That's it. You've lost. And now...
His Kiriko play is awesome. This game, and to be fair, over the last couple of games too, Creative has really shone.
And that's true, right? Creative's Kiriko has been a difference maker. So I understand why they don't want to bench him off of that. But surely Lep or Anayun could play Ana. And then also the Brig. Surely.
The kills he's getting right now, just in this match, he's been awesome and absolutely justifying why Fitz is coming in to play this flex support. If they need someone else to play Ana, and Fitz is the best candidate for it, hey, it's hard to knock it. We have a lot of ultimates coming up for the San Francisco Shock now.
Yes, so they're coming in with a full war chest. NYXL have Bob and Nano. Big dynamite. Window out first, and Kellan just dies. That's not that surprising, honestly. I don't know. I don't know if you could have nanoed him in time, or if he. I feel like he just melted. Oh yeah, dude, he didn't even have a chance. He didn't have a fucking chance. Main tank experience. Proper doesn't get the high ground, which is helpful. It's cheap though. Oh, did Heesung get the stick?
Even him holding the arms up with the damage mitigation is way too much.
When did Heesung throw that pulse?
They don't have as many tools to deal with it.
Heesung tries to stick someone. Who's back there? Fitz and Creative are here. I think he's trying to stick Shockwave. Doesn't succeed. Yeah, because Seiko's back there. He tried to stick Shockwave and missed. That's not that egregious. Now, the problem that they have now, they've spent 2 ults, so they only have 3. They're good ones. Bob's out. Shockwave is in so much trouble, though. Oh, no. Oh, but he gets pocket from Fitz. The Bob is... I don't know. But now you've got the 2-man hit squad. You've got Creative and Seiko behind the cart, stalling it. This is a great chance for Proper to pop off. Max pulls Annihilation. Nano onto Shockwave. An interesting candidate. Beats Forced. I don't know where the Bob is, but it's doing a ton. It might be on cart directly behind him. And Proper just gets headshot by Creative. Oh no. That's brutal. Did Max not get the beat? No, Max got the beat. Holy... Okay, so Bob is on card. That's a great Bob. He gets the beat, but it doesn't matter. Max just melts. He's in Annihilation and just doesn't survive. That's really good focus fire from NY Excelsior and a great headshot by Creative. And now, that's it. Shock lose.
It was a good proactive play there from the Shock, trying to play up to the spawn, try and take Shockwave out of the picture, who was playing too far up. But the Excelsior are able to bite back. There's only a minute to go.
Holy.
Proper didn't get the sound barrier from Vindheim, and Creative once again coming in clutch.
Proper takes a huge little hit there.
And punishes Proper, not allowing him to
Shockwave gets the headshot, nearly follows up with the dynamite.
Now they only
Proper takes the nade.
have the one.
Max has taken so much poke. So did Shockwave, mind you. Heesung's gone over to the Genji. Unsure if the Genji... Unsure how the Genji feels in this one, but because it's Ashe, I think it's... Because it is Ashe Ana, very, very workable. Oh, he's taking so much pressure. Seiko is checking him. Keeping him off Fitz. Super important. Entire high ground now owned by the San Francisco Shock. This is great zone for Proper to be. He's pressuring Shockwave heavily. Creative is there trying to counter pressure, but Proper has the ultimate. He needs to hit one of these though. Creative threw the Kitsune rush, so like time is now against him. Seiko misses the pulse bomb, but he needs to hit any of these shots. Oh man, Seiko beats him. Oh no, okay. Hisung gets creative. That's pretty good. That gets you back in the door. Fitz is now very free. Fitz is now very free. Where is Seiko? I have no idea where Seiko is. Oh, he's here. This is a problem for Fitz because now Hisung has the angle here. And he can start bothering Fitz because it's going to take a second for Seiko to turn on him. Nope. Nope. Never mind. I forgot about that blink. That's a good recognition from Seiko, and immediately Hisung is sniffed out. Good recognition from the New York Excelsior. I'm an idiot. Shockwave's dynamite gets blown by the cart. Hisung goes in onto the Ash, his other mighty target. Vindime follows up. Two-man hit squad gets it. Dash through Seiko, who's going to be... Doesn't have recall. Doesn't have recall. But Kellan gets the nano boost from Fitz, who got that online, and gets the annihilation out, and now Hisung is down. Big bionade from Fitz onto Max. Oh, ho, ho. Nah, this is done. This is cooked. Holy, what a clutch. And then Proper finally hit Seiko. Proper needed to get value out of the overclock, and he did. He got no value out of it. That one shot onto Shockwave was the one they needed. Hisung opened the door again, but Seiko zoned him very well.
We like to hype up Proper a lot on this desk and in our cast and in the broadcast in general. That was to take down.
Wait.
By Proper. He had in our cast and in the broadcast in general. That was very poor by Proper. He had many shots to take down Creative.
I was just saying this.
Shockwave. Yeah. He had many shots and he didn't hit a single one, not even pumping out the damage. Proper and the entire shock need to say.
Okay. What are we looking at here for the defense or for the offense? Yeah, that's when they... Weird to show that one because that's when they came right back in. They came right back in after that. Oh my god.
But this next one probably Proper pulls the blade straight back to his support, deflect used.
And, oh, that's right, because then he shuts this down. This was almost a really good play, except for that.
Look at that.
Splat.
Straight into the wall, and that was so important because if Proper ends
Yep.
up getting onto the backline, he probably gets another dash reset.
Yep, that was crucial.
I mean, he'd already used his
Don't love this comp from New York Excelsior, but they can get away with it because they know this dive's not happening. Max gave up on the Winston. Is this just because Shock aren't doing this in scrims? Like, if you ran dive into what New York are running, I mean, well, I guess that's just maybe the read. Like, they might have just seen it because they have spawns and everything. But, like, this is... I don't like this comp if Shock mirror dive. I just think it's not as good. I think it's way easier to kill Fitz in this comp. Or creative. But they're running the Bap Curie. Okay, so they're running the Florida comp with Hanzo instead of Ash. Maybe reading that dive was coming, or again, Hanzo is just a stronger hero. Let's see, where is everybody? Baptista's here. I think this is Proper. Yeah, this is Proper, which means you've got two-man hit squad over here. London did this too. Maybe it's just me. I feel like this is this room is not the place that you want to have your two-man hit squad. I feel like you'd rather control high ground. Especially against dive. Seiko's already in though, and he's going to get checked really hard. Kellan postures up in the corner. Shockwave, completely free here. Like, this is why I think I don't like this, and London did this too. London did this exact same thing on their defense against Vegas, and I thought it was weird. And I'm seeing it here too, and I really don't like this. They're on low ground. Like, Shockwave is free. Shockwave's going to have several moments of being completely free unless Proper just domes him. And right now, Seiko and Creative are zoning you out, so you don't even have the opportunity to get to high ground. Your two-man hit squad versus, like, our two-man hit squad is basically what NYXL decided to say. And now they've been zoned out onto the point and into the line of sight of Shockwave, who is uncontested. Proper doesn't have a good angle. Like, Proper's in a hotel. Shitty place for Proper to be. London did the same thing too. Well, Vegas did the same thing where they put their Hanzo over here on the low ground in Hotel. And it's better against dive, right? This is a harder angle for Winston to get on, right? But like, I just hate it. I hate it so much. And now this entire, like, all of Hotel entirely controlled by New York Excelsior. And this dive is really free. Seiko's got a great line. Kellan's in a little bit early, and he might pay for it. But look, Fitz has already hit the Bionade. I don't even know where Fitz is. Fitz is probably on high ground and completely unbothered with Shockwave, if I had to take a guess. I think that's right. Yep, yep, precisely. And now recognizing this, Heesung finally breaks away, but goes solo up to deal with Fitz. Now this works if Shockwave has dropped to the low ground, which he might have done. I can't quite tell. Shocker pushing through Hotel, or this is Hotel. I don't know what this other side is called. Forgive me. But Shocker going to push back through actual Hotel over here. And Kellan is just going to rotate to point. Kellan just gets free point pressure. Fitz is in a little bit of danger, though. Oh, especially because Vindime comes to follow up. That's really sharp from Vindime. But wait a minute. Did Shockwave? Okay, Creative stayed within range. That's pretty good. Because Creative just went up high ground, got the line of sight onto Fitz, and made it back in time. That's great peel, but it's not enough. Fitz does trade Vindime, though. That's a problem. That can't happen. Oh, that all went wrong. That's just a skill. That's just, you got outskilled by the NYXL backline and half backline. Holy shit. Finn is up over here now. He's going to be mostly unbothered, except Shockwave has to still be around. Finn is in trouble. Yeah, okay. Proper's here. Max is here. When did Shockwave get up here? That's so interesting. So he went from first high ground, and then seeing he was free, just hopped across, went up to the window, and now they've flipped the entire, like, point presence of the map. So they have it. This is so good from New York Excelsior. They've swapped everything. Kellan has to back off because Fitz is down, and Creative like has to find him to get him healed. But like they're in a good position to set up a dive, especially with Fitz coming back from spawn. Like, and they're just gonna pressure point in the meantime, and eventually they're just gonna get poked from behind. But in the meantime, Kellan is staged, healed up enough that he has some armor. Oh, that is so beautiful from Creative. Proper just dies because Shockwave has the better position, and Proper has to peek him in an unhealthy position. I don't know where he died specifically, but if Shockwave is still holding high ground. Max does use his Nemesis form to beat Creative into the ground, and Kellan might actually still die for this. This is still clutchable, but Max is in trouble. Max is in so much trouble, and Kellan is still up, and Finn is still up. Oh, is he going to Goomba Stomp them? Oh, man. Dude, Shockwave gets the fit. I don't know where Shockwave moved to. He's got to be somewhere up on the high ground still. Like, he moved from back here over to this other above garage side and just gets the cleanup. Maybe he moved back to OG high ground. This is not Kellan. Oh, no. There we go. Oh, he was in Hotel? No way. So he dropped from high ground from point into Hotel and just claps Max from behind and claps Proper from behind. Oh, Finn is dead. Oh, Heesung needed to hit that stick. Especially because he cleans up Kellan. Did they get two? Max burns Nemesis form just to get back sooner, but I don't think they can touch. Okay, he saw... Oh. I think that might have been ill-advised either way. I think that might have been just ill-advised either way. Look at where everyone else is positioned. They're not moving in. They would not have got back in time. He would have had to recall and... Oh, that was a filthy shot. Shockwave's Hanzo has been impressing me.
Shockwave and Psycho have been great for the New York Excelsior today as well.
Oh.
You love to see this for the Excelsior. We've been
okay.
Them up and
this is really good from New York Excelsior. Look at this. This two-man hit squad thing that they're doing with Creative and Seiko. I keep changing how I say his name. Psycho? Really good.
Hitting new heights time and time again. They are still on the Winston and the ultimate's coming up, but the two...
All right, before this next one resumes, I'm getting some water. We'll cut out this middle part.
Two-man hit squad of Creative Psycho taking this flank.
It might actually be a 2v2 on the
Okay, they want to hold this pretty aggressively. They've got their own two-man hit squad on the defense. Proper at a bit of a distance with the BAP. So they do understand how to run this comp, which is to say slightly differently than how the Junker Queen comp runs. Like, they positioned it properly, but I don't know if this is where you want to take this fight. All right, Nano's onto Kellan. He primals. I mean, you're just dead for that. I don't think that's effective ultimate usage. That might be a miscomm from either Kellan or Fitz. Maybe he did it because he saw the window. Did the window come out before he primals? Let me see this. Kellan gets the nano. Yeah, it looks like the window drops and his reaction is just a primal. I think that's... Maybe he's like, I need the jump so I don't get melted. I could understand that. I don't think it's obviously not ideal. Max walks onto Fitz. Kellan doesn't get the value he wants out of that. He only gets Finn. But it's not enough because Max has the Annihilation in his backline, and he just burns them, and they die for it.
Max just goes Hulk mode, runs down the backline.
It's great play by Max. That's what you need to do.
Okay.
They're gonna play Kiriko, Tracer, Winston diving into your backline.
That's a bit of a mistake. That's...
They need to keep putting pressure onto Fitz, force Creative back, or they will lose their backline.
Maybe it's the nano that was weird there. Because Kellan didn't move once he had the nano, so that clearly wasn't timed properly. So something went fucky there. Shockwave throws dragons from back over here. It's a nice little spot to hide. Max is just turbo fucked. They have to burn lamp for that, and then he gets stuck anyway. Just fucking deleted, man. And then Shockwave gets Fin time as this goes down. Now the Kitsune rush is wasted. Creative just follows up. Just 3 Qs right there. So they empty the entire bank. Proper swaps to Echo.
Finn going over to the Ana, Max over to the Winston. We're gonna get a mirror composition, but Proper also making a change himself over to the Echo. Wow.
Is this it?
Oh my. Creative is insane.
He must have the most final blows in the team, right?
Creative?
Mirror composition, but Proper also making a change himself over to the Echo. Wow.
That had to be a headshot combo. That just had to be a headshot combo. There's no fucking way it's anything else.
Proper also making a change himself over to the Echo. Wow.
Shit.
Oh my.
He was going for a stick.
He must have the most final blows in the team, right? Surely.
He's gotta be.
Close to, at least.
And with this, I understand it's like, okay, so we don't bench creative. Like, you know.
Oh, nice shot. Go on, go for it, go for it. I mean, this dude's feeding himself right now.
Yeah, a little aggro there. But he's doing it, right? Like, that's a huge opener. They don't get it across the line, though. So now this gets dicey because Hisong's back. Okay. Fitz is in a very safe position. I'm guessing Shockwave is up here. Yeah, okay, I just saw the arrows. Shockwave is up here. Kellan and Sake are holding the front line, and Creative's got this off angle. So Max, who has now gone onto the Winston. Ah, Max is on the Winston as well. Okay, so can't dive Fitz. You can maybe dive Shockwave, but you're going to get punished for it. This is just really, really difficult for them to get anything out of here, which is, I think, why Proper's gone over to Echo. Oh, wow. This is dangerous from Max. He doesn't have any armor. And Shockwave, like, Fitz is in an interesting position. He might not be able to capitalize. Good bubble. Shockwave gets out, but the... Oh, I see. Did you see that? Proper hit the nades on him. Proper hit the nades on Shockwave, so that was the call for Max to go. That's why they made such a risky decision. NYXL turns back. The peel is there. Kill does not get confirmed. Big ante from Finn. Seiko's forced to recall. That's great news for Hisang. Hisang is eyeing and pushing Creative out, but Fitz almost has another nano online. And is still in very safe, untouchable position. Shockwave postures up a little bit more so he can put a little more pressure onto Shock's backline. Hisang is way over here, and I think, if I'm not very much mistaken, Creative is no longer over there.
11 currently.
No, Creative is still over here.
Wow. No real.
And Hisang got his recall forced? Is that what happened? He takes a little bit of poke, gets healed, takes some more poke,
Yeah, indeed.
tries to go in, forces Suzu, and then feels like he's forced to recall. He's scared of Creative. Psycho wasn't even looking at him.
No real surprise there. The amount of time he's been in the kill feed. Nano
Anyway, Shockwave continues to be pretty unbothered here. This is just a really dominant position they have set up. Nano boost onto Kellan, who is fighting the nanoed Winston. Seiko's pulse bomb doesn't hit.
It's all good because guess who's alive? It's your boy Kellan.
It's your boy, Kellan.
Nice sleep.
Oh, the sleep is enormous. And finally, they punish Max. Kellan stays alive. Zone. That's a good bubble, actually, from Kellan. Zones off Max from healing. They should just clear. They should just clean now.
And that'll be creative, killing Max. 3 meters
Great pulse bomb, I guess. It's not the one you need. It's not the pick you need. I think it was just done. Creative is on one.
Maybe a little bit of inexperience, maybe a pop off there by Fitz, but he doesn't get it, and now we have 3 minutes remaining.
Shockwave goes over to the Ashe. I do like Ashe better for this point, and again, if Proper is going to run the Echo, Ashe seems like a better play, more consistent damage against it, and then Seiko can deliver the finish. What are the positioning they're holding? So Proper holds small room, as is expected. Creative is already over there challenging him, so they are 2v1ing Proper, or that's Hisang, God. Proper is holding up high. He is getting the 2-man pocket, and Finn is now playing the same very defensive way that Fitz is playing.
Team's getting Kitsune Rush as well.
See whose Primal was better.
Max doesn't want to be on this Winston anymore.
Max or Kellan.
I don't think he's gonna have a real, like, he needs to be up on high ground,
Last time.
but he's having a, okay. They're having a real hard time setting up dives, but Hisang pushes forward enough, and the DPS all line up here, so they want to collapse on this corner.
Excelsior managed to dispatch
Whoever they're trying to collapse on, which I think is Seiko and Creative. Seiko gets out. Kellan turns to Peel. Shockwave takes a sticky grenade. No, he doesn't, actually. Fitz is still very, very safe, and Creative also gets out. The dive is not successful. I understand now why Max was setting up over here. It's because they wanted to prevent that corner, and they could have tried to bait them in, and they flushed them out pretty well, but that's just really well defended from NY Excelsior. Creative invests Kitsune Rush. Shockwave takes a Bionade. Seiko's over here defending Fitz because Hisang is set up here with Vindime to move forward as this cart pushes. Max is still in deep, and he's... Okay, he has Primal. I was like, he's gonna die. Shockwave's getting juggled. Creative is hard pocketing him. No way. And Seiko just beats Hisang now. Is that a positional thing? Yeah. Hisang just caught out.
There's no follow-up, and Hisang dies.
That's so strange there from the San Francisco Shock. Max is going deep, but Proper and
I do wonder where Proper was on that. Like, and this happened with Junbin too, right? Where is Proper? Proper's staged. Proper turns because Creative and Kellan are in his backline, and he's trying to peel for Finn. So Creative throws Kitsune Rush down. Max gets slept deep. Oh, Max got slept and Primal to stay alive. So then, okay, so this was like reactionary. They're just trying to adapt, but Proper is still so far back. And Kellan's just going to go back, cut off the support that Max needs. Really great TV from Creative. And now Proper, like, can't help. He's just getting into the fight now.
For the Primal, there's no follow-up, and Heesang dies.
That's so strange there from the San Francisco Shock. Max is going deep, but Proper and Heesang are nowhere to be seen.
So part of that was great play by New York Excelsior. Creative and Kellan did a really nice job stopping Heesang from going in. But Proper wasn't in position because he was peeling from the dive that Kellan and Creative set up to begin with. And then Max primaled because he was forced to, and tried to make the best of it. Pulse Bomb does some damage, doesn't hit. Enormous bio nade from Finn, and Proper copies Ana, which is fine. Yep, Shockwave dies for that. Good sleep.
Nice sleep from Proper on the high ground to keep himself alive, at least for the time being. Might be a free nano too, 2% away. Boom, there you go.
Nice.
It's gonna fade away in a couple of seconds, but the damage has already been done. However, Scott, there's 2 minutes.
And now Proper swapping.
Yeah, the copy by Proper onto the Ana, pretty unconventional one, but he
To
actually
what?
got the biotic rate.
Ash. Okay, that's a good swap. That's a really good swap. So they're fully mirroring now, and this is a really great opportunity to clutch back up. The bad news is they didn't get a full team wipe with that set of ultimates. They couldn't even get Kellan, really. Kellan still got out, and now, holy shit, they're back in. NYXL are going so fast. Immediately just turn back around, hopping on. I mean, this is kind of dummy aggressive from Kellan, but he's counting on Creative to bail him out. And the fact that Heesang... Where is Heesang? Heesang doesn't check Seiko, so Seiko just gets in. Kellan makes it out barely. Alright, now they've recognized that Proper's on high ground, so he's just toast. Toast. Seiko's got the follow-ups here. Kind of wish he pressed Q there. Seiko dodges the Pulse Bomb. Taking a Shockwave is good. They're still going to lose a little bit here. This Nano is fine. Oh, they nanoed Heesang there. Okay. I don't... This Nano is a little questionable from Fitz. It doesn't get the value you want out of it, other than keeping Kellan alive, but I don't think Kellan was in that much trouble. Maybe he threw it because he thought the Pulse Bomb stuck him.
Follow-up in Psycho again. Double kill for the
Shockwave down. Because that could have been... Oh, he thought he was going to die. Oh no, he saw the pulse come out. So that was exactly it. He saw the pulse come out and thought it was going to stick. It just doesn't. He was also thought he was going to die, so... It just gets no value. So the decision to press Q is understandable. The value from it was none. Okay, Heesang gets his recall forced because he's just the only one stalling the cart. But it's okay because Seiko has his forced as well. We're still waiting for Bob while Kellan is primaling to keep the space that they've gained while they wait for Shockwave to come back. He gets slept. In comes the Bob, and it is dead center on point, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. There's nothing anybody can do about this Bob, really. Oh my god, Shockwave dies instantly. Vindime takes a fat dynamite and is gonna probably blow up next. Nah, Fitz just... Oh.
No CDs left, and the Excelsior are gonna pop that payload in.
Okay, two really good maps from New York Excelsior. This goes wrong. I know it goes wrong. How does it go wrong? How does this go so damn wrong?
They've always been the Reinhardt. It's very contested on which.
Okay. Rush v. Rush. May is a necessity. I don't love the Symmetra, but I think they've proven that they know how to make it work. I don't like that Fitz isn't in. I just don't. I fucking hate it. Oh, that's so fucking juicy. Oh, that's so juicy.
flank with the Hanzo.
Oh, that's so juicy.
You can hear that song.
That's a really good spawn hold breaking strat. And especially because Max is Ramatra, Kellan's in trouble, gets the lamp force, but you don't care about that. You just need to get one pick, and they pick proper. They do trade Kellan for it, so it does slow them down a little bit. Lep's done. They gain a little bit of cart distance.
So you're not expecting to shock to hold on to this one forever. However, still making it work, even though they lost.
Yeah, you really hope to pick Finn. They're forced to give up a little more distance, though.
Force the shock to give them a little bit more space, and you can see them letting them out of the spawn doors this time. Shockwave on the Hanzo is just shooting arrows in the general direction of the shock. They need to be careful because Shockwave went crazy on that King's Road. Found a lot of value. They have to put some respect on his name.
Oh yes, they do. Finn is on his own on the left-hand side.
Okay, lamp burned. I mean, this is just some pretty classic stuff. This is a great window. Kellan's in deep trouble. Wow, Max farmed that really quickly. Well, Kellan just walked on him, yeah. They trade back onto creative. That's super important. That is a super important return pick. Creative did also invest window in that, got way less value. Shockwave is getting a little bit of value out of it, but that pick onto creative is actually massive. Because he's still, it's going to be, okay, he's finally getting back into, like, range. They shatter Max. Seiko needed to get wall out there, I guess. Okay, oh, he does get wall out and invest the blizzard there. He gets out? No way he gets out. He doesn't get out. Or he gets out, like, with his final... Holy shit, that's such good maneuverability. He gets out with his final breath. He hops out, but he still gets frozen, but he gets frozen outside of the radius of it. Oh, Hisong gets countered. Good beat, but now Vindime is free. Shockwave needed to hit that. Because Shocker's still fine, right? They're going to give up a bunch of space, but they still have 4.
Yeah, they've been incredibly resilient, haven't really lost too many members, and Vindime still has this sound barrier, and Finn with another amplification.
Okay, they're going to beat engage here because they've probably tracked ults and realized nobody has anything. So they feel pretty confident with this one, and at the very least it'll get them into Finn window, and if they last long enough, window will come back down. So great pressure out on Shockwave. Lamp is forced behind. Proper on just like the Narnia flank again. This is what he was doing that was driving me crazy on Rialto versus Justice, where he was going on like big flank plays as Widow instead of controlling the main angle. They can get away with on this one because both teams are playing Rush, and it's a map that Rush is better on. So yeah, good use of the beat engage. NYXL will need to die. NYXL will need to die. There we go. Okay. Shock now have really good positioning here and really good ult cycling to work off of. They're going to have Annihilation, which is the longest fight extender in fucking existence. They have Sojourn ult, which, as long as Proper hits shots, which 9 times out of 10 he's going to, and they have Window, which will burn Kellan when he moves to engage. There's so much open space here.
He's kind of farming these right now. Yeah. I guess the Rhine is not the...
Yeah, I don't know if they know that Max has this. That's really fast for a Ram ult. Okay, Window's out. Seiko gets Proper. Oh, that's so big, but Shockwave's in deep trouble. Yeah, Shockwave got punished for that pressure, and Kellan just dies? They didn't even use Window. How did that happen? Creative's up. He just doesn't... Did he get walled off? Oh, he got walled off. Oh, he got walled off. Oh, great fucking wall by Hisong. Oh, fucking great wall. Great wall. Great wall. And they don't even spend any ultimates. No. No, this is where it all falls apart. That's just a great wall by Hisong. Okay, Shatter's online. Blizzard's online.
can see how well Max is just
Excuse me?
Support. They're just able to execute anything.
Shockwave is inside building.
see how well
Take some poke. Vindime did not do that alone. Someone else had to throw in a shot there. Heesung or Proper had to be.
Randomly? Okay, I guess took an ice cool.
The Shock can force the issue here. If they wanted to, there is at 27 seconds. If they force the issue here with an ulti, maybe step up with a window, the Excelsior could struggle, but they're going to think better of it. But that's a lot of ultimates for the Shock as we go into the final fight, Jack.
Yeah, they've got 2 free fights off of just good neutral game.
Need 2 ultimates with that Blizzard and the Shatter. However, they're still going to be able
I mean,
to touch. Pretty easy comp to kind of
NYXL don't win this fight. There's no way for them to win this fight.
giant window into Proper, just hitting some mean body shot.
How does that hit nobody?
As long as Finn does no
Did Max have shield up?
giant window into Proper, just hitting some mean.
He gets just out of the fucking way. Dude, I would be... Like, I think that tilted Kellan. And it's just not far enough to hit Finn. Oh, that's such a misread. They get lamp forced. That's it. That's all she wrote. That's just all she wrote.
All cues from Shock being used, and they kill Psycho. Over time, does get re-triggered. Oh, but
They just all press Q.
of course he is.
They just all press Q.
Everybody from Shock
Okay.
pressing Q. Excelsior had to do the same thing.
NYXL took the first couple fights, like... NYXL was so much faster on dive, but you can't play dive on Havana? Okay.
Shock
So... How did NYXL troll this one? I mean, this is real. This is awful for NYXL.
Resetting a little bit
Not getting to point A
for Proper to do things
just
like
is...
it goes aggressive.
We're watching this. This is overtime. This doesn't matter. This is garbage time. This is garbage time.
on the first season, Sojourn was available. We got a triple collat.
I don't think we'll see that again in a long time.
Wait, was that a triple collat?
And aggressive collat. Well, Max is going aggressive. Gives space for Proper to do things like this. Goes aggressive collat with the rail. Oh, there's a two.
Double.
Reminds me that
Nice.
Merrick hit
It was a
3.
double collat.
Yeah. On the first season, Sojourn was available. We got a triple
Okay.
collat.
I don't think we'll see that again in a
Shockwave, Hanzo.
I'm waiting for the Quadra.
Yeah, okay, you might be.
You
right.
just have to take as many fights as you can. Because you didn't get past point A, you have to force rush. Even if you didn't want to begin with. Shock making any adjustments?
Still sticking
No?
onto this Reinhardt for Kellan. Ooh,
Oh, dude, Kellan.
try and throw a
He gets out, but holy shit, that was almost really bad for him.
supports are there to help him.
That was a wall just for Proper.
Yeah, Proper, stop it.
You do be
Proper
shooting-
walled
At
off.
least you get charged though when you do shoot wall.
Yeah.
It's not as much as if you're just shooting somebody.
Another wall to zone Creative and Lep off from Kellan, but they can't collapse.
Going down, as you can see,
So Kellan's fine.
he's throwing a,
This time the wall cuts off Heesung,
trying to
and Proper gets
force
a
cooldown.
nice little headshot there on Seiko. That's kind of threading the needle.
Psycho's head.
Yeah, Psycho was on a
And that's one of the reasons why like Sojourn is a problem, but like Hanzo is also good.
like,
Kellan turns it around and takes off Heesung, so Maze are off the table, but the wall is still here. This is just better for Shock, especially because they're spawn. Shockwave gets 2?
Shockwave comes out with a big
Or not 2, he gets the second. That's pretty big. They can hold this a little longer if they can get more out of it. If they can get more out of it.
Another beautiful arrow.
That's massive. That is massive. Because Seiko's gonna have enough time to get back.
Seeing the full power of Shockwave. We saw glimpses of it in 2020 ages ago, but he's been bouncing between teams since then.
Oh man.
Really showing up here for the Excelsior.
Seiko's back, I think. They're gonna have to give up a little space, but Seiko's back.
They needed to win.
Oh, Shockwave takes a huge dink.
Shock though.
So he loses a lot of space, or he has to like turtle for a little bit. He doesn't get to put out pressure.
He do be swinging.
Shatter is online for Kellan. This one has to be so much bigger.
Here it is.
I remember this. So he hits this. How does that not hit proper?
Yeah, he do be swinging.
How does that not hit proper? He's
Here it is.
he's just off the ground. That is infuriating. All right, they still get it. They still get it, but I think Kellan... Does Kellan pay with his life? No, he gets out. Not ideal, though. You wanted the clean sweep shatter with that.
Only one ult expended by Excelsior.
This is starting to get a little bit more worrying if you're a Shock fan. Obviously, It's not too bad just yet.
Think onto Seiko. Blizzard is coming online. Beat is there to counter, but then you don't want to do that because then Annihilation is on the board.
At once, you gotta win.
Oh, window for window. Dragon through their window, so greatly negating one. Good use of speed boost from Vindime to get them out of there. Proper gets Seiko. Holy. Oh, the Blizzard was out too from Heesung. How many people did the Blizzard catch? Or did it just force zoning? Doesn't even catch any of them. Blizzard doesn't even catch any of them. It just zones them. Maywall comes up, Shockwave goes back off of it, but nobody's actually caught in that Blizzard. I don't think. Unless Seiko just goes down. Seiko's over on the left side. Song left. Yeah, Seiko. Seiko is over there. Just cut down by Proper. Now Kellan's in too deep. Shockwave's gonna get punched to death. Okay. But you held off 2 minutes at literally the start.
And there we go. The payload finally moving. But Scott, I mean, 2 minutes?
That's not bad.
In the time bank.
But the important thing to remember, they don't need to get to the end of the first point. It's actually a little bit before that. You'll see the golden box of victory is a little bit further. So they only really need to win one more.
Like, okay, they touch, right?
And smiley enough, they held on to the annihilation.
Okay, they have beat, so that's helpful, but they're coming in to beat another ultimates.
That's true. They have Blizzard, so if Max does want to go aggressive, can be followed up with a
Seiko does have Blizzard, though. Seiko starts by getting a pick on Proper. Absolutely enormous. Max is already bugging out. They know it's the go button. They know it's the go button. Wall's good. Get Kellan out. But they're not getting the follow-up. That's they can't, like, they're not sending Shock all the way back to spawn because even without Proper, they haven't taken the utility off the table. They can't chase it into those areas because they will pay for it. They need to go aggressive with this Blizzard before Shock get into a position. Proper's already in position. You're too late.
If he gets Ajaxed here, it will be over.
If Proper pops this overclock, you don't want to have to use the
sub 1 minute and Vindime gets popped first. Dude, how did NYXL fumble this one? Vindime dead. They don't have beat. Shockwave gets 2. Shockwave annihilated the backline. No, no. Proper has to die. Proper has to... You can't. Proper must die. Okay, Seiko's dead. They invest the Blizzard.
They end up using the Blizzard, but look at the whole fledge of ultimates still available.
You have to question if the San Francisco Shock are playing too slow. They're against a Hanzo and a May. Someone's gonna get hit eventually. If they're just standing
No.
around,
How did New York lose this?
I want to see Proper pop it.
How?
Force the Excelsior to do something that then gives you the advantage with your ultimates. But as you said, Jack, a wealth of ultimates on both sides. This could go either way, and it's last fight. San Francisco Shock fighting for their life.
Blizzard's not online, so you have to beat to counter Max.
Lives to beat and just match the New York Excelsior.
Okay. They're walking straight out on...
To beat and just match the New York.
The shield was already down. The shield's back there. It's about to crack. Whoa! No, no, no! There's no way.
For their lives to beat and just match the New York Excelsior.
The shield breaks. There's nothing protecting them. They're all on the cart because they smell the shatter, but all you had to do was walk like a step back. No, 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 no.
What? Shock end up capping the point. The C9 from Excelsior. They had all the tools in their bank to try and make it work. But the Shock Oh my god. I mean,
That's infuriating. Dude. The fucking PayPal cleared. Holy shit. Like, listen, don't get me wrong. The whiffing of that shatter is pretty bad, but how do you fucking... okay, there's a replay. I know there's a replay. I know it in my soul that there's a fucking replay. Show me how this goes down. Because I okay.
Here it is again, in all its glory. Another C9.
They know. They all know that the shatter is coming. And their plan was to just burn the this was the plan. This was the called plan. Look at how coordinated this is. NYXL coordinated this one away. Hisung hasn't had the wall force yet. Oh, this is... Wait. No. So their plan was to cut Max off, shatter him, and burn him so that he couldn't use the Annihilation. They were so afraid of this. Here's how this breaks down wrong in 3 different ways. Dragon Strike comes in. The wall doesn't catch Hisang out because he's on top of the cart. It even boosts him up. So now he has a free wall of his own, and look at the juicy fucking target he's got. He can just wall Kellan off. Now, Vin Diamond proper can go over this wall, but they're going to have to deal with this Dragon Strike kind of just pushing them back. I don't like the placement of this. I think you would rather just throw it through here and melt, like... Max was fucked. You could have just rolled him through here. He was cut off. I just... Oh my god. Hisung stays on point. Walls off the backline. No one is in position to touch. And they just get over the wall. Holy fucking shit.
Rough there for the Excelsior. Looked like they were going to win that map, Scott, and just win the series a straight up 3-0, but the entire team just all in Max as he went for the Annihilation. They stepped off the payload, and then Shock took the map.
Yeah. At this point, if you're the New York Excelsior, forget it. Doesn't matter. Right? Like...
Okay, Fitz is back on support. Fine, whatever.
Popular pick, but in the West, we've seen very little of it.
Show me how this continues to fumble apart. Show me.
Well, the San Francisco here.
What happened on this godforsaken map? Okay, show me what happens here. Show me how this all goes wrong.
Shockwave, sorry, is probably going to play some sort of Hanzo or Ash. Very...
I mean, Fitz is in, you know what comp is coming. May Sombra, Rush.
Yeah, okay, Junbin on the Ram. So, again,
okay.
It really does feel like...
Tracer Ash.
A coin flip, maybe map-to-map basis here, Scott.
Yeah,
who plays Ram?
If they're going to play Ram Rush on Havana and put Max in, why is...
Yeah, I don't understand. I still don't understand Shock's tank cycling. They're just faster. They're just faster on the way out. Oh man, proper Sombra is like... Cursed image.
Flexibility of playing other heroes, you know, like the Winston if they want, but we saw Max's Winston as well. So the questions about the subbing strategy of the Shock continue to mount up. But it doesn't really matter at this point.
Creative, though.
Shockwave on the Ash, creative on the Kiriko. We saw this on King's Row and how much damage can come out.
You got to stop proper from farming, or is it kind of a lip moment where you just kind of have to let him? Oh,
Psycho just goes off the side, I guess.
From farming, or is it kind of a lip moment?
No, he just took a ton of poke. Okay. Get some assistance there from Hisung. Trying to posture up on the cart. They need to have Shockwave in a position constantly pressuring them. It's much harder. Like, Ash is good on this map. You almost kind of want Sojourn, which you should probably... Like, I don't know how I value Shockwave's Sojourn. I think I'd rather have Fitz.
Shock. With 2 nice kills on both DPS of Excelsior. God, I hate that.
They just gave up so much space because they didn't get there fast enough.
Look, that's what it did to me.
It's you can contest on the window. Yeah. It's just like Coliseum being able to contest from the bridge.
So they contest from the window to buy time to get their DPS back. Fitz is here. Shockwave is here.
question whether or not
I just fucking hate this comp that they're running on this map. Like, they've already lost the positioning where it would be good. Fitz does get Finn. Great. Kellan's gonna die.
Fitz getting Finn.
Proper wants to go in more aggro. Big bio nade. May goes into Ice Block, though. Kellan's probably still gonna die? Dude, Kellan's dead, right? Kellan gets out. Holy shit. Fitz has the nano. Oh no, this is the moment, isn't it? Oh no. No, Fitz. No, 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 no. That's such a bad read. That's such a bad read. And that's one of those things that, like, support players would never fuck up on. That's just like, I understand the impulse, but support players who are dedicated supports have tamed that impulse.
Your Kiriko alive in the blizzard.
That was a questionable nano by Fitz. Maybe once again showing his inexperience on the Ana.
Yeah.
There's no chance that Creative lives through that, even with the nano boost. He's fully frozen up. It's the freest shot of your life. And now, San Francisco Shock closing in on this checkpoint, and Proper still has this EMP. Look at how slow the Excelsior are getting their ultimate.
I mean, this comp sucks on this map. I think this is a bad comp to run on push. Especially, at the very least, this particular sub-map. Okay, you slept Jinbin, doesn't matter. Forced beat to counter Kitsune Rush, and Hisang just dies for it. You don't get the positions you want with this, right? Like, you need to be playing this Fitz and Shockwave stack, but the reason that Baptiste works so much better than this is Baptiste is, like, way more mobile than...
For Shock now.
Excelsior, whoa, now we're getting a late Bob. Excelsior with some strange decisions. They did get Finn, so maybe that's
Late Bob gets Hisang, dies for it. If I am Shockwave, I am swapping. I have to... Oh, but you have Fitz in. You can't swap to anything other than dive.
Didn't even have to use the EMP.
Sitting on it this whole time.
When you have Fitz in the backline like this, the only other thing you can do, and you're not going to swap him off of Havana when he's got Nano, the only other thing you can do is run Winston dive.
And this is going to be a dangerous hit.
And Creative and Seiko, the two-man hit squad just gets caught out. That's just good scouting by Proper. You don't get to do the positioning you want because of the Sombra. You need to be constantly spy checking.
Jumping's walking to the point there, Scott, so I think Excelsior are thinking, well, you know, they're going to meet us in the middle, we're going to get EMP'd, etc., right? But
Like, they tried to stage that for free, but Proper on the Sombra makes that impossible. If they don't have a Sombra, they don't get scouted out, and they don't get, like, collapsed on like that. That's just so free for them, though. And now they lose all that payload distance. This comp just doesn't work on this particular map against this particular comp. And they can't do any of the setups they want to do. And because of who they've subbed in to do it, they don't have the flexibility anymore. They'll win like these mechanical like 1v1s, like Creative will get a pick, Shockwave will find like some pick, but they've traded out Shockwave. Yeah, they'll regain control of this. They don't even get Proper.
well, it's all good. She can't really do much.
All right, they'll get back to center, but spawns are in favor.
Unable to get it. He's saying has the Blizzard Junbin
And Proper's already in position to see where they are.
Left side right now. Look, they're all
They've got the go button.
around Annihilation, speed boost, Blizzard. They, can
They
just
know
run
where
into
Fitz
them.
is.
Oh,
No, wait a minute. No.
right now.
Where is... No. 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 You left Fitz behind. Dude. Holy shit. What is Fitz doing there?
Going round Annihilation,
You can't.
boost.
You can't do that. You cannot leave your Ana here when they have a Sombra scouting and a rush team. You can't just leave your...
Know where Fitz is.
You send Creative back, but now they're both gonna die.
The support's completely isolated from the
They'll
rest
Blizzard
of
for it,
Excelsior, and once again,
and they can get back to you before you get real meaningful progress. You just made a decision to sacrifice your backline
nothing that can help you
for
on this point.
5 meters.
It's not bad meterage here if you're the New York Excelsior, but for me the issue is they're playing this like Ash, Kiriko, Ana style with the Ramatra, which works on like Kings Row, Hybrid, and Escort. But with how many flanks are available to the Shock, it feels like they can just route around anyway and get onto the backline. So it doesn't feel like
Yes! Custa saying exactly the fucking problem.
the value of having the safety of their backline, just being able to shoot for free.
This comp does not work on this map.
Got another Bob coming out, but look, Provis so close to that EMP.
And at the very least, not the way they're playing it.
Nice little bit of movement. No,
That was fucking absurd. That's not even like Fitz's fault. That's just like you abandoned your Ana. Or if Fitz chose to position there, that wasn't like just part of the setup. Like if that's Fitz's choice, bad decision. You can't do that against the Shock. Against the Sombra on the Shock.
Headshot two. Suzu, TP away. Excelsior.
And you've given up forward spawns again because of it. And that's just a problem. You'll win another fight and it'll never matter. Okay, Shockwave gets 2. Great. Clean up. Fantastic. They'll have forward spawns again and Proper still hasn't died.
Have we seen an Annihilation this map? No. I don't think we have. I think
And then what are you going to do against the Annihilation? What's your answer to the Annihilation?
trading picks back and forth.
This is such a bad strategy.
Each other in the middle. With the way the Shock are routing, it might be the first time we see all these teams together. And if this is true, Shockwave's in a great position.
Yeah, Bob after the EMP would be kind of crucial. Jumpin does get antied, but probably
You can't do this to Fitz. You can't do this to Fitz. Okay. They've scouted him. Creative's forced a step and just dies.
Nice railgun from Heesang though.
Was that a bug? Was that a TP bug?
But you've still got to be careful.
No, he got exactly where he meant to do.
Actually already used that TP. Nice railgun from Heesang though. Does a
Alright, then that's a problem. Now you just lose.
Yeah, that was
You don't... Oh my god. And now Fitz has to posture up because you've lost a support. And then you just all get EMP'd and you're gonna die before you can press Q and Fitz is gonna...
It's good. Hits 3 and there's the Annihilation. Jump in. Cleaning up. There you go.
Alright, the good news is that was 2 ults for 1. The bad news is the 1 was Kitsune Rush.
I actually really liked the May look from Heesang in the past, so I'm not sure if, you know, maybe
I don't know why they've swapped over to the Sojourn. I don't think it matters. I think the May was doing just fine, but I think they probably don't feel like they're getting value out of Blizzard or Wall because of how split the New York Excelsior are playing.
firmly in the lead.
I mean, this is just fucking trolling.
Kellan taking a beating in the front line, and he does end up getting hacked too.
There's nothing wrong with this comp in and of its like calculation, but on this particular map, the Lucio speed boost is just gonna troll you out every time. Junbin has to die there. You can't invest that and not. Oh no. I mean, they're just. Dude, Fitz is dead. New York are collapsing. This is just a fucking collapse. They're stuck. This is why you don't do the Fitz. This is why, like, this is another reason. Like, Fitz has done fine mechanically, and he's had some clutch moments. I won't take that away from him. I would prefer to see Fitz on DPS because he's a fucking monster at it. He's the best player on this team at it. You're stuck playing this fucking comp. You're stuck. You're stuck playing this. This is what happened to Justice in 2020 running the Zarya thing. Hog Zarya worked until it didn't, and then they had no answer. They had no answer. And they couldn't sub because Decay was in for tank. And Decay plays Zarya, and he swapped over to Hog so that Janu could play Sigma, which, like, Janu's Sigma was not one of his stronger heroes to begin with. This is the same thing. Fitz only has 2 heroes to play in this role.
Getting some progress themselves because it feels like, yes, when Shockwave's able to sit in this window.
Like, the real problem with off-rolling in general isn't so much it's like, are they good enough? It's that now you become so brittle. You become the Vegas Eternal. You become so brittle with your hero selection. And it just controls your comps. And when you get outplayed or outmapped, you end up on a map you can't play it on, you're just done. Can you do this on Esperanza? Maybe?
now it's looking rather unlikely.
Like, you can probably get away with this on Esperanza.
Oh, creative.
I don't think it's the best plan.
Right there and gets punished
Can you
by
get away with this on Coliseo?
That's gonna be more
Absolutely
leverage
not.
once again.
I don't think you get away with this on... Maybe you can. There's less angles around, like, the big controlled zones, but... Oh, God, please, 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 please let this end.
Ian Pizzle coming up.
Stop that.
Why? No, I won't actually.
Oh, God.
And the annihilation for jumping
It's not, like, they are, like, starting to play a little badly, but it's because they're getting so hard countered. They're just getting rolled by the map. And this comp just sucks on this. Please be done. Please be done. Please full cap. Please just full cap. I don't want to watch the rest of this. There's nothing else to see there. Let's look at control. That got painful to watch. It's just awful. I mean, there's nothing New York can do when they're on that. And finally, I think for the final map, if I recall correctly, Fitz is back in on DPS.
It also could just be they've scrimped
Yes.
this map with Fitz and DPS. You don't want to move away.
And instead, TP and then Speed and then Shock. They're the team that's not on the Rhine, but they go in the main
Okay.
and the sim.
Very interested to see if Proper's going to walk out on this one. No, he's also...
So they've decided to run Sojourn Dive,
So
which is fine. You don't want to run like hard Sombra Dive on this map. It's not as easy. Nice nade. Should get Ice Block out. No? Okay, Proper's gone over to Sombra. So they've decided to do this May Sombra thing. I think Heesung's going to get a lot less value on the May because of what NYXL are running. Still has value, but particularly on this point, but
almost pure dive here. No Genji, it's just the Sojourn instead. Point unlocks and Shock just want to hold this point.
oh, it's so annoying that Proper's on the Sombra.
If you're playing this Luciana, you need to dive.
You need to go.
You need to go at
Yeah.
some point.
Okay, there we go.
There it is.
Why are you diving Junbin though? Or Junbin? Junbin. I should know this. Why are you diving him though? Is it because he's the only target presented?
But look at that. Nemesis form.
You kind of hard committed onto that. Finn was totally safe. I mean, Seiko does.
Counter it.
Oh my God, you guys are winning this fight. Kellan dies shortly.
He's saying Finn Dime dead.
I mean, Fitz is Fitz, and this is why you don't bench Fitz. Don't bench Fitz.
I mean, losing your tank, there's a whole
But
lot of space.
keep him on DPS.
Just hold down the with ease.
I mean, Ugh.
Deal with Junbin, but Fitz deals with Proper, no problems at all.
Fitz dealing with your whole team. You've got to be careful now. Heesang is back. As Excelsior need to fight their way back into this one. Jumping dead. Fitz going off. Okay. Put him in, coach.
He's like, I've had enough of this Ana stuff. I'm going to go back to things that can shoot things.
Yeah, exactly.
A ton of damage.
Let Fitz aim. Just let him aim.
Get the flip back, 26% here for the Shock. Did you see Heesang switching over to the Tracer as well? So they're playing like
Okay.
very
Don't
quick
like this comp from Shock,
ultra rush
but I
style.
think Junbin's... I feel like Junbin's only going to keep on this until he does the Annihilation,
Start cycling, and I think
which
that's
they'll get
really
beat for,
important for this
and
dive.
then Proper will have a free
Now they
EMP.
have the Nano, Kellan can get the Primal. It allows you to play more aggressive.
Although, they might just, like, kite it.
You saw how Kellan just had nowhere to go when he dove.
Okay, Creative gets hacked, takes a bunch of pressure, but there's no follow-through because they can't dive, and Heesung's not in position to do so. Alright, Junbin pops ult on point. Lep is going to...
Oh, wow.
not ult? Yeah, fuck it. They've committed ults. Just die. Just die on point. Just die for free on point. That's a huge commitment from the Shock. That's a huge commitment from the Shock.
Excelsior are the team that's really going first very often. Junbin just walks in, pops the
And the rest of them just get out. So they'll get a quick re-engage. And they didn't spend any ultimates. So they're going to get to hold beat for the EMP.
Need to play more aggressive.
But they have to get through the choke and not get caught in an EMP.
You're just feeling it.
Yeah, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
I mean, look at this. Look at this. They have to win this. I just cursed it, didn't I?
For Excelsior.
Proper EMP. Keep an eye on that one.
Probably EMP
Yeah, so... Okay.
There you go.
Fitz goes in.
Nano boot.
Oh, Fitz just gets Heesung, so the dive is dead.
Already ending Heesang's life pretty quickly. Beautiful shot through the window. Triple kill for Fitz.
So
He
good.
is so damn good.
Don't bench Fitz!
That was great.
Don't
reaction
do
from
it.
Excelsior. What the Shock decided is, as soon as Kellan goes in, we're actually just going to flank around and rotate.
Oh, investing the beat's a problem. That's a free EMP for Proper.
And we end up in a mirror.
EMP.
This is a free MP.
Oh, he's waiting for it, but Shock are actually rotating around, so not setting up for an initial dive, maybe trying to bait the Excelsior
Creative's in
onto
trouble.
the point, which they do control currently. Proper's still lining up
Where's Hisung though?
for this swamp.
If he's okay, Hisung's around there, and he's getting checked by Seiko.
Go.
Do they capitalize on this? There's no way. Okay. Oh wait, Junbin switched over. I missed this. So Junbin did switch after he ran Annihilation. That was what I was looking for. Because this comp is so much better now. Finn is on Kiriko. All right, this is fine. Anyway, hits the backline and they're dead. I'm sure they're dead. Fitz just gets deleted. Backline's fine. Creative nades proper. That sleep is actually punished this time. He invests the nano to keep Lep alive. They can't give up the point though. Oh, okay. Well, at least they get the beat out. Kellan invests the Primal and they don't hold on a point. Oh, no. You need to hold on a point. Get back to point. Get back to point. Get back to point. Get back to point. Oh, no. This goes wrong. This is going wrong. Okay, Kellan. Okay, good. Proper gets Fitz again. That's bad. Proper has now switched off the Sombra over onto the Sojourn. Okay, Seiko does clean up there, but is forced to recall. This is actually kind of rough for New York because now their supports are coming back, but they don't have Kellan. And so they can't like really hold point. They can't set up a good defensive position. So Shock get like kind of a free entryway in. Okay, 99%. And Proper just hits that from behind. Holy shit, that's a nice shot. He didn't even see Proper, he had no idea. Sega didn't have a chance to dodge that. Just Proper things. Okay. Okay, hacks onto Hisung, forces the recall. Fitz is now gone over to the Sombra. I don't know how I feel about this. I'm not sure how I feel about this. Maybe he felt like Proper was just getting the better of him, and they felt like going all in was the better call.
From the Shock, the man the battlements now on the point as
they have the tools,
complete control of the courtyard.
Right? They have the tools to do it. They're gonna have the beat.
Last fight territory, Jack. Lots of ultimates coming on, especially in the middle of this fight. You saw Jim
Please touch.
Go in, but he got slept.
Who got slept?
Lots of ultimates coming on, especially in the middle of
Junbin got slept. Seiko takes a lot of damage from Hisung. He has the recall forced. Unlucky. Because he didn't see what he needed to feel confident dropping the pulse bomb in, and now he doesn't have it. Or now he doesn't have like the free pulse. Shocker just in position, please touch. Oh my god, the beat's too late. Kellan and Creative just can't. Oh god. If this isn't gonna get the MP online. Okay, that sucks. That sucks. GG, go next. It's so close. It's so close. Okay, this map is interesting because Finn does something that no one else is doing on BAP. He takes that overhang and just stays safe. Especially against rush comps that are hard to get up there. There's no Cassidy in this meta. So unless Fitz chooses to run the Sojourn again, he's basically free up there. What is Fitz gonna run? Symmetra. Okay, makes sense. Proper's on Hanzo. That's a good pick.
Symmetra can get a lot of value, but if you hit your shots on Hanzo, there's obviously a lot more.
They're waiting for the teleporter to come online, and then they're going to try and walk on somebody. Okay, there it is. Fitz. They go in, onto Proper. That's what they were looking for. They get what they're looking for. Like, they know what they're doing on this rush comp. They know exactly what they're doing on this rush comp. Fitz needs help. There you go. Junbin has to die. Very good. Good lamp. This was the map that I was like, you guys have to win this. You're so much better at the rush comps than they are because they don't play Ryan. And Ryan is just so strong on this map. Like, Ram can win, but Ryan is just stronger. Okay. Does Proper change? Proper did change. Proper switched from Hanzo over to Sojourn. Okay. Comfort pick, maybe? It's mostly negligible. So many slows in that comp, though. That's so obnoxious.
Those TPs can come out of anywhere.
Okay, window online for creative. Here's a good tool. Finn also has it online. And Hisung does have the Blizzard, but it's equally matched. Fitz has the wall first, though. That could be a pretty good counter to the Blizzard. Oh my god, this is so dummy aggro. Oh, the wall.
Even with that window to save Kellan, team kill for the shock as they
All right, well, you only spent the window. They invested the Blizzard and the window, so good trade. Pick another fight before they catch up to you in a percentage, though.
Into the San Francisco shock. Fortunately, Hisang did have to use the Blizzard to win that fight, so they don't have to worry about walking into a trap. But look at where Finn's
Yeah, okay. See this? Did you see that? This is where Finn likes to hang out on this map. Finn is always up here on Baptiste. He is always up here. This is his little room. He does this every time, and especially against rush comps that don't have a way to poke him out, and he gets so much value. He just lives forever and just shits out healing. It's so busted. That wall does not go as planned. Unless they're trying to cut them off to just contest. Sim wall, that's through there. That's actually gonna catch Junbin, right? Oh no, that's... You didn't need that shatter. I guess Vindame did beat.
not doing all of anything, and the Excelsior also used beats to try and secure the fight.
Lep uses beat?
That feels like a mistake.
I mean, I guess it's free. You need it. Yep, there you go. Chase it down.
He dropped it, he was already dead, and it wasn't enough to give his backline the support they needed.
Okay, you trade for it. Proper is going to have ult. Kellan is at least 50% to another shatter, and you have window, which is something that Finn doesn't have. You just hold forward, keep them from touching the point. Okay, Junbin's pressing forward. Proper gets cut off. Nice Mei wall. But they don't get the kill collapse on it. Proper ults. Seiko gets burned. Fitz counters back. Junbin's out. That's really bad, though. You take that trade. If you're in New York, you take that trade. You just now use Lamp, and the window keeps them zoned backwards. You'll get Seiko back before Junbin comes in. So you're in final fight territory now, just off that pick trade. And Kellan has another shatter. Blizzard, though. Blizzard is a problem. You have to watch out for this Blizzard. Fitz needs to be ready to throw the teleport.
Just running at Kellan to try and get him out of the fight. The Blizzard does a good job of separating Excelsior.
Is he holding on to it? Well, Proper dies. Yep, and see, look, this is Finn. He's got his window. They're just immortal as long as Finn's up here, and there's no way to deal with him. Fitz invested wall to that. Ooh, I don't think that was winnable. I think Kellan had like less than a microsecond to decide if that shatter was going to get value. He just got pressured out of position and they walked on him. Okay, so they're going to get Blizzard this fight. They'll at least get Blizzard one more time. There will be... Junbin will probably also get his ult. Fitz has gone over. Okay, Fitz has gone off Symmetra and onto the Sojourn. This is great. Great pick potential. Great charge. Pins Junbin. Proper gets Seiko. That's a problem. Can you make the most of that? You get Lamp out of them so they can keep their tank alive. Fitz doesn't find the headshot. Proper nearly takes him down. Junbin's got his Nemesis form, and he's got his ultimate. So here's the tempo. You're down 2. Lep just dies, so he doesn't have to waste beat. And now you have a free beat coming back in. So yeah, you'll die, and you'll win final fight.
One more fight for Shock to take the series.
Yeah, very smart by Lep. Some people would have popped that sound barrier just trying in desperation to win, but does hold on to it.
No, good recognition from Lep. They have all the ultimates online. They have all the ultimates online.
The ultimates are there. There's no real
New York are surprised. So, okay, I'm gonna hold this conclusion thought to the end of this, but like, they look good doing this Reinhardt rush. They just beefed it on Havana. Wait, he sung. Okay, but they still invested beat. Lep invest beat later, but they do get Junbin. They get Finn.
Finn jumping dead. Round number 3 on the cards as a last-ditch attempt by Hisang to find someone.
I mean, who gives a shit if that shatter hits?
Lays down the shatter, but it's more of a victory, at least in this round. Round secured.
Okay.
And we're going the full
Okay.
distance.
Okay.
Almost a terrible mistake there by Kellan, pushing Junbin out of the Blizzard. But nonetheless, they are able to hold on, as you said it.
The problem now is this map is not necessarily the best for Reinhardt. Ram and Winston both have value on this. Oh, I'm gonna fucking lose my mind, aren't I? Please, God, New York, don't throw this away in a painful manner. Lose with dignity. This should have been over. This should have been 3-0. You guys lost to a C9. I swear to God.
Yeah, no TP out of spawn is a strange one. I guess they're not going to play. Yeah, if they're
Why?
going to play the Sojourn, they're going to be a little bit later. That could be important.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, it doesn't affect that, but man.
Why?
No TP and now no Lucio. The price paid for.
Oh, Vindime is tired of people talking shit. Vindime is so tired of people talking shit about him. And I want to be clear, Vindime is dying, but this is a main support death meta.
First point or the first cap for that.
You can just tell. Look at how much earlier the San Francisco Shocker there. Lep turns the corner and realizes
That's a pretty classic error.
That was great Cheerios there from Vindime.
Yeah, like, why didn't Fitz do that? I don't know.
Nonetheless, that is a mistake by the Excelsior. Now
That's a team
they're at
call.
disadvantage. The Shock has the point, and Excelsior's going to have to meet them on there. But the Shock don't have to do anything at this point. They can just anchor here forever. Oh, nice wall.
Good wall. Great wall. Good discipline. That was... Oh, wait, he ended up throwing lamp a second later. I was going to say, it was good discipline to hold onto the lamp knowing Seiko was going to be fine with ice block.
They don't have to do anything. With the lamp down from creative.
Dude, it's already 30%. I feel like time has gone by so quickly. You can't let proper just exist. Eventually he will hit a shot. Or Fitz will hit one first. The Sojourn adaptation is a really good idea for the rush, and the fact that New York can play this because Fitz is that fucking good. Don't bench Fitz!
They quickly kill him off before that cooldown resets, and now they can finally get some capture progress. However,
dude, Shock, there's no way Shock said winnable.
Thinking they can finish this, actually force Excelsior to use a sound barrier of their own, as they are still stalling this one out, Scott.
Yeah, you can see Vindime.
There's a blizzard.
He's saying really thinks this is winnable. Drop the blizzard. Is it going to be enough?
Well, he's saying kill Psycho. Vindime is traded.
Okay, but they get the flip.
Annihilation for Kellan and the overclock. Excelsior threw everything into this fight, and they are still losing this. An annihilation from jumping just to clean them up. I mean, Kellan is on the wrong side of this one. Excelsior do end up finding the cap, but they force Excelsior to use basically every ult.
They're gonna win though, Jack. That's the crazy thing. The San Francisco Shock use everything to hold on. Fortunately for Excelsior, they do get the flip halfway through that fight, and now it's their opportunity to stall this out. Can Psycho drop the blizzard? Will he drop the blizzard?
No, I mean, no. Like, it's not a matter of courage. They don't have any positioning to do that. As far as the Shock were concerned, they burned some good cooldowns at the start of that fight, and they only get, like, the one pick onto Heesung, but it's not enough, and they have the ultimates to turn it. That worked for Shock. That wasn't just, like, a winnable call. That was, like, that was extremely winnable. Okay, 36% of the board.
But it didn't end up working out. Didn't matter at least. 60-70% for the Shock. That was a fight and a half.
That was an all-out brawl on the point there. But the Shock are the ones who come out the winners. They're at 75%. One team fight will honestly do it for them. You can see Proper getting so aggressive. Fitz was not seeing that.
There has to be something going on with the, like, how did producers know to hold this fucking shot? Because, like, he's waiting for the slow, like, the crossing is there, but they don't want to risk it. That's fucking brutal, dude. This is fucking awful. And Fitz is just standing still because he doesn't think Proper's there, and nobody told him Proper's coming.
Proper getting so aggressive. Fitz was not seeing that at all.
Reset right now. You cannot let Proper get away with this. He might just overclock on the flank, because Excelsior might need to touch here with 15% to go.
Proper can remain to be the gatekeeper of Fitz. If Fitz tries
That's the game-winning play. That's the game-winning play. Because now, New York do not get a good engagement. They're like, look how they're so ready to zone Fitz again, and Fitz has to do everything he can just to stay alive here. Lep has to go to help him, but now look who's up above him. Vindime just puts him into the drink.
All right, but Diffs ends up going down. Vindime hit the boot. Overtime for the San Francisco Shock as the window is opened up. Excelsior fall apart as the Shock harness the lightning and find the reverse sweep against the Excelsior.
Oh my god, the New York Excelsior, they had it in their hand.
I don't want to hear anymore. Okay, so this one sucks, especially if you're a New York fan. I want to point out, I still think, if you're a Shock fan, you can't be happy about that. That's not a clutch. That's not a clutch. That's just a New York fucked the bag on push. They whiffed a C9. They trolled themselves on push, and I guess they kind of trolled themselves on Gardens a little bit here too. Like, Night Market was a good competitive map, and Control Center was a good competitive map. This was just turbo shite. That last map was just mistake after mistake from New York. Shock didn't clutch. Like, that's just a fumble. That's a New York fumble of the bag. And so here's the thing with New York, right? The rush comps look really good. They actually have pretty decent dive comps as well with their Winston and their Tracer Sombra, as long as, I've said this before, as long as all three DPS and tank are on the same page. Which is one of the reasons you don't bench Fitz, because Fitz and Kellan are almost always on the same page. And Psycho has been catching up a lot. And Psycho has showed so much mechanical promise. So much. I've been really impressed with Psycho this year. Like, he was fine last year, and I was like, you know, he's not bad or anything, but now I'm like, he's taking it to really good tracers and not folding. He took it to Heesang and Proper this series and did not fold. And quite frankly, like, with the caliber of player on Shock, this should have been an easy 3-0. This should have been. Like, NYXL are still struggling, and talent-wise, they maybe not necessarily the most storied players with the most storied teamwork, but this is like, Shock win, but Shock lost. Shock lost. I'm gonna do my power rankings before I post this video, and I have Shock pretty low to the bottom. Like, I'm not even sure I put them above Toronto. I know they beat Toronto. I'm not even sure I put them above NYXL. I think I put the three of them in their own little circle of suck above London and Valiant. I think that's just where I put the three of them. Because Defiant are doing weird things, Shock can't pick a comp to save their lives, and the only reason they won this game is because NYXL trolled it away. Like, NYXL, I mean, they legitimately just trolled it away. NYXL the better team, by far. Across the board. Rush comps are better, their understanding of rush is better, their dives are cleaner. They just played really dumb comps. Well, not dumb comps, but like, Havana wasn't dumb comp, it was just they fucked up the final engagement. They just really fucked the final engagement. They should have just won that. Should have been a 3-0. I'm mad about this one. This is infuriating. Okay, and also, here's the second thing. So, last video I recorded, which was Vegas NYXL, I said the reason they're probably playing Fitz in the support role for this is because they don't think any of their other Ana players or Brig players can swap to the other role. They're not going to bench Creative, because Creative and Seiko have hit like a rhythm, and they're going to keep running this Kiriko Tracer shit, and they like that, and they're not going to bench Creative. And you probably shouldn't bench Creative. I'll be upfront about that. Creative is probably the best support on this team. I think that's a fair assessment to say. I've really loved Creative since he first appeared on Seoul in 2020, and I think he and Fitz obviously have a lot of great chemistry since they've been on Seoul together for 3 years, or 2.5. Like, people were low on him when he benched Bedosin, but I was like, Bedosin's washed. I know, Bedosin was kind of struggling, though, that year. And Creative carried them pretty far in the finals. Like, Creative's first, like, couple games were in grand finals. Creative played in 2020 grand finals. He's no fucking slouch. He's really good. And Fitz is also really good. Shockwave is just still really awkward on this roster in terms of, like, how they do the rotations. But he's very talented still. This roster has some who's stabling questions to figure out. But the thing is, I think the reason they're putting Fitz on this Ana is because the other thing they do in those maps is they sometimes switch over to Ana Brig. And why they didn't do that on New Queen Street is like push. I mean, that particular map sucks for dive, but I still think you would have had a better time than you did against what you ran. But they did kind of get alt tempo fucked on that one, where like they needed to switch, but Fitz had nano and they didn't want to give it up. But there were some just really bad plays on that push map across the board from New York Excelsior. Fumbled away. Fumbled the bag. But yeah, the basic thing that I have is I think that they were doing it because they're like, anyone who plays Ana, which is creative, and Anayun, assumedly Anayun. I've only seen Anayun play Zen and Kiriko, and I've liked what I've seen. But I don't think her Kiriko is necessarily going to do the same thing as creatives, although, and again, you just don't bench creative. So that's probably part of it. Halo's Ana is fine. Her Brig is also pretty decent. I think her and Lep honestly have comparable Brigidas. But I'm guessing Lep's Ana is not that great, and they probably don't like what they see from Halo's Ana. Or just it's Chengdu off the fucking goop and just doesn't want to bench Fitz. Except when you do bench Fitz because you benched him for Havana. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm mad at New York Excelsior, but I still think their peaks are so much more clear than the San Francisco Shocks. Their peaks are so much more clear than the Toronto Defiance. I would still take NYXL over them just on skill and teamwork alone. Where I lose it is their fumbling of the bag in these key moments. They threw away the Defiant game and they threw away this game. But I still think they're a better team than both of them. I don't want, like, shocker weird. Shock. They should not be happy with this. I don't know if their schedule gets easier or not, but they haven't had a statement win yet. I think they're weaker than Defiant in some regards and stronger than others. I think I put the three of them in a little circle of suck, and honestly, NYXL, despite this absolute atrocity, are still higher than both of them for me. Because I just think, like, 9 times out of 10, they don't troll this away. Okay, that's it for me. Holy shit. I'll see if I can post any small videos this week. And hope you enjoy it. As always, if you like my content, like, subscribe, and enjoy. Have a good week. And I'll see you next weekend for hopefully... Oh, wait, no. We're getting into the mid-season. Interesting. Wonder how that's going to turn out. Seoul Dynasty was one of my early pick'ems to make it to mid-season madness, and that's looking pretty bad now. So, but the rest of it's looking good because I have Florida and Atlanta. So I'll take the wins that I can get. I think I also picked Spark. Oh, I hope they pull it back. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll catch you around.